Just let me say something really quick. I love Attack on Titan's cast. I love My Hero Academia's cast. I love Recreators. I love all, Raids Bahamut especially. I love all these anime's main cast. But when in terms of Zero and our main male character, the mercenary and or the Beast Fallen, I love these characters already. And I mean, in Studio White Fox, what do you expect? But they're doing such a great job. I mean, this is the studio that made ReZero, the Rim, and the Subaru combination. I'm not surprised to see that they made Zero and the Mercenary Ricochet off each other so well. And, I mean, credits to the person who wrote the light novel, of course, but they're always a studio you can count on. They'll make you like said characters, and this episode embodies that. This was such a great episode to set up a story. So good. And I just want to say, wow, because this episode blew me away. So this episode actually does shed a lot of characterization, especially on Zero, really, the most. But it does give even our Beast Fallen, and our Mercenary a lot of characterization too, especially when they're coming into town and just kind of like, well, how do you know these people? How are you associated with them? And they said they're sex slaves. That's what Zero says. And the blonde-haired character, he seemed to get really into it. And he is a male. And we see that he's clearly liking the Beast Fallen character a little bit more. So I'm kind of wondering, like, is he falling for this dude? Like, what's going on here? And we see that our Beast Fallen character is kind of just like, what the hell? Because he got really into it. I mean, he's like, what the hell? And generally punched both of them on the head. At least Zero, you could tell, like, she's doing it. Like, she's trying to be witty and just find a way to get him in there without any shenanigans. And we see that the officials kind of like back off and it's kind of like, okay, I see. Well, grown man with these kids, which given Zero's not a kid. And to the dressing scene, I'm not a lolicon. I'm nothing like that. Like, don't start thinking that. I'm nothing like that. But Zero got it going on. Zero's got it going on. Definitely down Cons below. What do you think about my girl Zero? I mean, everyone in the show is just kind of like, oh my god, whenever she changed. And the store owner, he's a weirdo. And, we see just before that, we see that the characterization about the gems, like, do you have any money? She has gems, and I expected something like that, because she's just, it just seemed like right, and it fit what's going on. And we see that the Beast Falls like, hurry up, put those away. We don't want people trying to rob you or anything like that. It's basically what he's getting at. And we see it really hits home with Zero, and it shows that she knows that she's an outsider. She doesn't really understand the world itself, like the way economy works, I guess, is really the best way, to put it. But she understands, like, all the other things, right? And it just kind of touches her because she's like, you could have took advantage of me and just ran away with his money. You are a mercenary, you kill for money and all that. And he's even the Beast Fallen states that. But I love that it just shows that he does kill for money even. But at the bottom of his heart, he is truly a good person. He doesn't even like the whole witches versus Beast Fallen, versus humans thing. He doesn't like that little triangle that's going on. In general, he just does it because he has to. We can clearly see that now. But in the store, whenever she actually just takes off all her clothes, she's like, what, you never seen a naked woman? It goes to show that she's right. I don't know the outside world. And one of the things she doesn't know is the economy and morals. She doesn't understand morals, which, demonstrates how she's been isolated. She doesn't know if it's right and or wrong for that to happen. She doesn't know that's not morally right? So I really did enjoy them doing that. Good job, Studio White Fox, once again. And at the same time, we actually do get, like, I guess, world building, or, yeah, I would say world building and why, like, Beast Fallen get viewed as they viewed, and as, the reason for them not being able to get hotels. Like, we see that clearly. It's really hard for them to find hotels. It's because apparently Beast Fallen have suddenly been getting these, like, seizure of urges, which is the context seizure. So it's just kind of like rapidly, this happens, of eating humans. They're starting to want to devour humans. And I wonder why that is. Is it magic? What's going on with that? Because they say, like, it's just recently kind of started up. And that's why Beast Fallen are even getting a worse rap. I guess essentially that's kind of like why people want to hunt them now. And hopefully they expand upon that a little bit more. But I really did enjoy that. But at the same time, we find out that humans actually get convicted of witches all the time. And if you're not familiar with way, way, way back in the day, when, I can't remember what it was called that time period, but people usually get convicted of being witches all the time in real life. Like, I'm talking like our life, real life. And they get drowned in ponds, that time to throw them in the water, burn them. that's just how it was. They would think someone did something weird and they convict them of being witches. Like, literally, just the stupidest shit, and people lose their lives in real life because of that. So it does make sense for this to be happening, you know. So that's something that, you know, it's relatable because it's not relatable. I can't say that because obviously we're not from way back in the day, but it is something that does tie into real life, and I really did enjoy that. So that was really cool to see. But now, a lot of people have been talking about the romance between Zero and the mercenary. And I just want to say, like, just after this episode and all this, you know, just her laying on his stomach at the end of the episode again, it's just like, I'm really falling for the pairing. And, you know, I'm really falling for the characters in general. But the way, like, I love, like, the romantic undertones they see, you know, scenes they have with one another. They're so good. They're so freaking good. And, like, I'm 100% rooting for these two now. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so good. Studio White Fox, you gave us ReZero. Now you're giving us Grimoire Zero. So give us Zero in the mercenary. Give it to us. Just like you should have gave us Rim Subaru. Now, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. It should have been Rim Subaru. But I guess Amelia is fine. But, I mean, once again, dude, Studio White Fox, absolutely amazing. Great episode. Great episode. Now, I'm just waiting for that, kind of like what the fuck moment, that turning point. Episode 3, ReZero, where he wakes up and he died in his sleep. I'm waiting for something to really set this show over the top. And I don't know if that's going to be through fighting, fighting scenes may be the only thing that this show may semi-lack, because it doesn't have a lot of, like, magic. I think magic will be really what sets this show apart. That's where the good fighting scenes will come in. But the Beast Fallen, he doesn't really have too special. I mean, it's pretty bland how they fight. And we do get a little bit of characterization from him. He's the Reiner of Grimoire Zero. he's just a warrior. He even took the hit with the sword and bit him and slung that wolf dude into the wall. He is just a warrior. So that's a characterization to his fighting style and kind of him as a person. You know, he's a brute. So that kind of gives him characterization in that sense too, right? But once again, guys, if you haven't started watching the show, don't ask me in the comments. If you haven't started watching the show, you're behind and you need to catch up. It's Studio White Fox. They make great shows. They make some of the best shows. In fact, they've made my favorite show of all time. So, as always, guys, you've been Hector. Sure, leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.